ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो
ओम नमो
भगवते
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Let's chant together. Let's chant together. Narayanam namaskrityam
नारायण
हरिं
नमस्कृत्यं
नमस्कृत्यं
naram chaiva narottamam
नरहरिं
devim saraswatim vyasam
देवी
देवीं सरस्वतीं
सरस्वती
व्यासं
tato jayamudire
ततो
ततो
जयमुदीरये
जयमुदीरयेत्।
nashtaprayasu abhadresu
नष्टप्रायेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
nityam bhagavata sevaya
नित्यं
नित्यं
भागवत
भागवत सेवया
bhagavati uttama sloke
भगवति मुखे
श्लोके
bhaktir bhavati naistiki.
भक्ति भवति।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, title Conclusion, the Perfection of Renunciation, verse number 26. Mukta Sangha
मुक्त संग
Anahamvadi
अनहं
अनहंवादी
Drishya Utsaha Samanvita
धृत्य उत्साह
दृष्टसमन्वितः
समन्वितः
Siddhi Asiddhyor Nirvikara
सिद्धि
सिद्धि
असिद्धोर
असिद्ध्योर्
निकारः
निर्विकारः
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
कर्ता
कर्तव्य
सात्विक उच्यते।
Mukta Sangha Anahamvadi
मुक्ति
मुक्त
संग अनहंवादी
आदि
Drishya Utsaha Samanvita
धृत्य
दृष्ट उत्साह
उत्साह समन्वितः
Siddhi Asiddhyor Nirvikara
सिद्ध्य
सिद्ध्य
असिद्धो
असिद्ध्योर् निर्विकारः
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
कर्ता
कर्ता
सात्विक उच्यते।
Mukta Sango Anahamvadi
मुक्त
मुक्त
संग अनहंवादी
Dhriti Utsaha Samannita
इति
धृत्य
उत्साह
उत्साह समन्वितः
Siddhi Asiddhyar Nirvikara
सिद्ध्य
सिद्धि
असिद्ध्योर्
असिद्धोर
निर्विकारः
Karta Satvika Uchyate.
कर्ता
कर्ता
सात्विक उच्यते।
Anyone would like to lead?
मुक्त
मुक्तो
संग मुक- मुक्त संग अनहंवादी
मुक्त
Mukta
संग
Sango
संवाद
Anahamvadi
धृत्य उत्साह समन्वितः
Dhriti Utsaha Samannita
सिद्धि असिद्ध्योर् निर्विकारः
सिद्धि
Siddhi
असिद्धोर
Asiddhyar Nirvikara
कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते।
कर्ता
Karta
सात्विक
Satvika Uchyate.
मुक्तो संग न अहंवादी
मुक्त संग
Mukta Sango
अनहंवादी
Anahamvadi
दृष्टि उत्साह समन्वितः
धृत्य
Dhriti
उत्साह
Utsaha
समन्वितः
Samannita
सिद्धे असिद्धोर निर्विकारः
सिद्ध्य
Siddhi
असिद्ध्योर्
Asiddhyar
निर्विकारः
Nirvikara
कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते।
कर्ता
Karta
सात्विक
Satvika
उच्यते।
Uchyate. Thank you very much. Word by word meaning. Mukta Sangha,
मुक्त
मुक्त
संग
संग
liberated from all material association.
लिबरेटेड
लिबरेटेड फ्रॉम ऑल
liberated from all material associations.
Anahamvadi,
अनहम
अनहंवादी
Anahamvadi,
without false ego.
without
विदाउट
false ego.
Dhriti,
धृति
Dhriti,
with determination.
विथ
with
डिटर्मिनेशन
determination.
Utsaha, and great enthusiasm.
Utsaha,
उत्साह
and great
and
enthusiasm.
Samanvita,
समन्वित
Samanvita,
qualified.
क्वालिफाइड
qualified.
Siddhi,
सिद्धि
सिद्धि
Siddhi,
imperfection.
इनपरफेक्ट
imperfection.
Asidhyo,
असिद्धियो
सिद्धियो
Asiddhayo,
and failure.
and
and
failure
failure.
failure
Nirvikara,
निर्विकार
Nirvikara,
without change.
विदाउट चेंज
without change.
Karta,
कर्ता
Karta,
worker.
worker.
Sattvika,
सात्विक
सात्विक
Satvika,
in the mode of goodness.
in the mode of
मोड ऑफ
goodness.
गुडनेस
Uchyate,
उच्यते
Uchyate,
is said to be.
इज
is
सेट
said to be.
Translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. One who performs
वन
वन
हु
One
परफॉर्म
who performs
his duty without association
हिज
his
ड्यूटी
duty
विदाउट
without
एसोसिएशन
association,
with the modes of material nature,
the modes of
मोड ऑफ
material
मटेरियल
nature,
नेचर
without false ego,
without
विदाउट
false ego,
with great determination and enthusiasm,
विथ
with
ग्रेट
great determination and enthusiasm,
and without wavering in success or failure,
and
without
without
wavering in success or failure,
is said to be a worker
is said to
He
be
is said to be a
worker
worker
in the mode of goodness.
in the
in the
mode
mode
of
of goodness.
Anyone would like to read the purport by His Divine Grace?
A person in Krishna consciousness is always transcendental to the material modes of nature. He has no expectations for the result of the work entrusted to him because he is above false ego and pride. Still, he is always enthusiastic till the completion of such work. He doesn't worry about the distress undertaken. He is always enthusiastic. He doesn't care for success or failure. He is equal in both distress and happiness. Such a worker is situated in the mode of goodness.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Let's all chant together. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmlitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapatakalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sakana Lalita Sri Vishakhabdamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishravana Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpataru Vishakripa Sindhu Vachapatitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadada Shiva Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Lachal Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadra
Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam
Jagannathaya
Jagannatha.
So thank you so much for joining this wonderful Sangha. So as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is moving to a different topic, but they're very related. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead started the modes, he started with knowledge in mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Then after knowledge, then there is activity or work or task. Then he said work or task or karma in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. So there was 3 verses and 3 verses. Now in this 3 series of verses, Supreme Personality of Godhead is telling us the traits of a worker in the mode of goodness. So intelligence, 3 verses, work or task or karma, defining karma in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And now Lord is going to talk about worker in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And today he's talking about goodness. So see how methodically the Supreme Personality of Godhead is trying to make Arjuna understand. If you see the order in which the Lord has deliberated Bhagavad Gita, it is unique, it's unthinkable. And that's why he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here he's saying a worker. What are the traits of a worker in mode of goodness? 3 verses back, it was work in mode of goodness. 3 verses back, it was intelligence in the mode of goodness. See how it's evolving: intelligence, work, and now it's worker. Beautiful, beautiful. So when you think about Mukta Sango Anaham Vadi, that means the person, a worker who is working in the mode of goodness is liberated from material association without false ego. Mukta Sagga Anahambadi. And when he is doing any worker, he has Dhriti Utsaha Samanitam. He is determined and he is full of enthusiasm. And Siddhi Asiddhir Nirvikara. That means Siddhi means qualification, imperfection. He is qualified and in perfection, and Asiddhi is in failure. That means whether he gets success or failure, he is immune to that. He is not worried about that. Karta Sattika Vichyate. That in this person, Karta means worker. Karta means worker. So worker in the mode of goodness has these traits. So whenever you are working with these kind of things, you know that you are working. So when we should know that we are Krishna conscious, when we are following the process of Bhagavad Gita, and how we should work in our daily life, in our job, in our temple, in our family, with this, with a lot of utsaha, enthusiasm, and with dhriti, with determination, without expecting anything, without any false ego, detached from the material association, and not worried about success or failure. Such a beautiful verse. You think about, very beautiful verse. And here, let's try to analyze what Lord said when he's talked about goodness, sattvic, intelligence in mode of goodness, 18.20, the knowledge by which one's undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities. That means the intelligence is, he sees everybody as one and the same. Then, 3 verses later, work in mode of goodness. That action, work is action or task, which is regulated and which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred. Now, he's translating into worker. And what is the worker thing? He's determined, his enthusiasm. He's not worried about success or failure. And that is sattvic. So with that basic understanding, let's try to discuss this verse in detail. So when Srila Prabhupada came to Delhi and to Jhansi to do some of his business projects, his Gurudev had given him instruction to go and preach. So he started the organization in 50s called League of Devotees. League of Devotees. He said, we will have a League of Devotees because he was with his family, but he had instruction from his Gurudev to preach Krishna consciousness. So he started League of Devotees. The League of Devotees was utter failure. Nobody bought into it. But as this verse is saying, Siddhi Asiddhir Nirvikara. He didn't care because he had that enthusiasm. Then he was going in a city. A bull came and hit him, and he lost some important papers and he got injured. Physically also, he was deprived because he got a lot of pain from that. Then he couldn't come in a flight. He came in a freight ship, which took 30 days to arrive from Bombay to Boston. So many heart attacks. Then when he started in the very nasty neighborhood in New York City, once a devotee, he was inebriated. He came and he tried to bully Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's trying, difficulty, trying for, we're so fallen souls. He's crying for all of us. That person bullied and he was inebriated with drugs and he troubled. Still, Prabhupada kept on making gulab jamun for his devotees. Siddhi asiddhi or nirvikara. Failure. That's why when devotees read Lilamrit by Srila Prabhupada, they get tears from the eyes. Today, they see ISKCON having 108 temples when Srila Prabhupada left this planet and now 1,000 temples. But filled with failures. It is very difficult to think about how Srila Prabhupada's determination made him to wear eventually with so much of difficulty. So this is exactly what Krishna is saying. he took it to the heart. He was not having any material association, no false ego. Whether I'm troubled by anybody, this body is for Krishna's service, no false ego. We get failure, we will leave so many things because our confidence is not as strong. Our determination, Dhriti, is not that strong. Utsaha is not that strong. We are very much concerned about success or failure. And once you start getting failure, you will not try that. Because with failure, you will learn. But obviously, in this age, there is very less mark for failure. Because if you flunk, you may get your job will be lost. So there is no chance for failure. So we live in a very fearful, egoistic, and this is when the Lord, who is in our heart, talks to us with this beautiful 18.26 Mukta Sangha Anahambadi Dhriti Utsaha Samanita. It clearly shows the difference as to how long we have to go in our ability, in our sadhana, in our perseverance to understand Krishna consciousness, and why Srila Prabhupada is such an exemplary Acharya. It's not because of his success, it's because of his failures, which makes him a hero, actually. So a worker in Krishna consciousness is always enthusiastic. Sometimes we do festivals, people come, people don't come. It's okay. We are not doing for the people. We're doing to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees. If people come, once upon a time, during the earlier times, our festivals, when we are doing in mobile centers, it was not really catching a lot of devotees. But we kept on. Now look at the festivals. We don't have to advertise. People will get hold of the information and they're coming in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Sometimes we under advertise because if it's on a working day, we cannot meet the devotees. We don't even advertise. We under advertise. So what Srila Prabhupada went through, and you see this verse, Srila Prabhupada is actually a reflection of this verse, 100%. How much difficulty he went through, how much difficulty, but he never ever gave up the enthusiasm, the determination, success or failure. Karta Sattika Uchyate. He was in total goodness because he was doing it for Krishna. If Krishna gives him failure, Krishna sends him a bull to sort of instill fear. He was testing him. Krishna was testing him to make him strong over a period of time. And at the end of the day, what a life. This life we are very indebted. We're filled with gratitude because he translated everything to English. Our kids can read, we can read. None of these Sanskrit words we would have ever read so nicely without Srila Prabhupada's help. So a lot to talk, a lot to ponder, but I would like to end here. My heart is filled with gratitude for our acharyas and whatever. So with that, I'd like to end here. Thank you so much for your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any question, comments, reflections, please share.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Lord Srila Prabhupada. Definitely no questions, Prabhuji, because you explained it, you related it to Srila Prabhupada's journey of establishing the ISKCON, Prabhuji. That is a very, very. I read this verse many times, but I didn't think from this point of view. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Niranjan Prabhu, you have any comments?
Yes, it was a nice class. So Prabhuji, but Srila Prabhupada, I mean, he's kind of empowered by the Lord, right? But how I like the common people, right? I mean, how we can relate to this?
Yeah, so Prabhu, before Srila Prabhupada started ISKCON, he was a common person. No one knew Srila Prabhupada. He had a lot of family challenges, a lot of financial challenges, just like you and me are going through. So that's why Krishna is testing your strength by through more and more and more and more failure. He will make you stronger. He will make you stronger, stronger, stronger. So don't think that you do not have the skill and quality to be someone. uh, we shouldn't compare, but all I'm saying is at least if you try, you can you can get to 1% or even less. That is going to be enough. So the intent is not to think that we are not empowered. Krishna has is in our heart. We are all his um, um, we are all his kids. So there is we are empowered in that sense. And you have the blessings of your guru because you are regularly reading his scripts, reading his literature. So don't feel you are not empowered at all. And just keep intensifying your sadhana and you will be successful.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So quick announcement, Prabhu, and 22nd Wednesday, there is Nishima Yagya, Nishima Dev's appearance day. Lord can come from anywhere to protect his devotees. And on that day, he chose to come from a pillar to protect Prahlad Maharaj. 6:30 to 7:15 will be His Holiness Prabhupada Maharaj will be giving class, then Kirtan Arati. At 7:45, we will have the Yagya. Agya, Narasimha Yagya is done for protection, protection of family, protection of parents, protection of your. So the Yajman, the sponsor, there are many sponsors who have already signed up. It's $151. So you be the Yajman means you stay around the Yagya Kund and you do the Ahuti and it is going to be from 7:45 to 8:45. So if you want to participate in Yagya, to be a Yajman or a sponsor, you can let me know, or if you know somebody, Madhupati Prabhu or somebody, you can always tell him, be the Yajman. So be part of the Yagya, get some pious credits. It's good. And then it is 7:45 to 8:45. Beautiful day to really. Lord can come from anywhere. It's a such a powerful day because this clearly shows how dear devotees are to the Lord. So this is a day. This is our day actually. As devotees, we look forward to this day. So please, this Wednesday evening, a lot of festivities, nice prasadam. So please share. Okay. So with that, I like to end here. Any question? Any addition? Any comments?
Yes, Prabhuji, I want to add to Niranjan Prabhu's one point, Prabhuji. Krishna gives an answer to that, Prabhuji, that whether we are empowered or not, as you rightly told, Prabhuji, Krishna tells you do the practice and renunciation. Here, the practice is more important, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Automatically, the empowerment comes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
He empowers those who practice sincerely with that, whatever you're looking for, Prabhuji, like serving ISKCON, serving Prabhupada, serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or whatever your genuine heart, if you practice, Prabhuji, practice in the sense not only the thoughts, but do whatever service or whatever we can do, Prabhuji.
Absolutely.
Sincerely, you will be empowered, Prabhuji.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Prabhu. Thank you for addition. Just practice, as
Mhm.
Prabhuji mentioned.
So
Practice makes the
Prabhuji,
man.
like we have any group where like japa will be done, right? I mean, I attended like our morning Bhagavad group is there. I attended like no one like japa there. Just wanted to is
Yes.
it
So during COVID, Prabhu, it was very regular. So that 5 to 6:30, it is irregular. But 6:30 there is Srimad Bhagavatam class. So if you attend at 6:30, there will be Srimad Bhagavatam class going on. Now Kapila Dev and Devabhuti Sambad is going on. So you should attend that from
I'm looking
6:30
for
to
the
7.
japa Prabhuji, japa group, like where devotees group together and do japa
Oh,
like
it's a
together.
different group then. It may be a different group. I'm not aware of that, Prabhu.
Uh,
We can connect which group you're talking about, and I
I
can.
mean, how like, Prabhuji, you are doing alone japa or you are doing with the devotees like?
I'm doing alone, but nowadays my Guru Maharaj is not well. We are also doing with other WhatsApp group, with other Zoom call group. So we are all chanting together for our Guru Maharaj's health. So in the morning I'm doing it alone. But that group where the Srimad Bhagavatam channel is going on, right? So
Mhm.
during COVID, between 5 to 6:30, everybody used to chant in that group, Prabhu. Just so you know that that's the group I'm referring to.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Prabhuji, I attended same group, but I think no
they are
one there
not
in.
doing it now. Nobody's attending that. I know that there is no japa happening there.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to know, is there any other group where I can join with
Yeah, yeah.
do japa?
Let me get back to you on that. There is another Bhakti Vriksha I know who does japa Zoom in there. I'll share that link with you.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Okay, bro. So thank you so much. Let's end here. Uh, Offering prayers at the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpataru vaishya kripa sindhu vacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namo. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari
गौर
Hari.
Hari Hari
प्रेम हिम जगन्नाथ प्रभु की जय।